beauties, it's Nisha, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about 10 things I learned since being in nursing school. So if you guys don't know, I am currently attending a BSN program, an accelerated program. I graduate December 2024. Whoop, whoop. I started school April of 2022. I did all my prereqs, and this is my official first semester of nursing school, and I got some tips for you guys, okay? So one of my first tips, I'm definitely going to say, and I'm going to beat the dead horse, okay? Time management. Time management is so important, okay? Because there's going to be times where you're going to have quizzes due on the same day. As crazy as that sounds, it does happen. And you just want to make sure that you are on your P's and Q's, okay? You want to make sure that you're making time to study, you're making time for your social life. If you have kids, you're making time to be a mom, you're making time to do all the things that you like to do or all the things that you consider self-care, and that's all going to come with time management, especially when you're working while you're in school, okay? There's a lot of different ways that you can find out how to fit things into your schedule. In another video, I showed you guys how I used AI into fitting into my life schedule. And if you guys want a more in-depth video on that, just let me know and I'll create a video for that. The next thing is retaining information. Retaining information is so important, okay? I have like test anxiety. So a lot of times, like when I'm taking a test, I'll tend to forget things that I know and I know that I studied, right? So the way that I combat this is using different study techniques, right? So active recall is a really big one, it's a really popular one, and that's pretty much taking the information that you've studied and being able to reiterate it back. So I also combine that with like a teaching technique. So I'll take the information that I learned and I'll try to teach it to like my kids or like a teddy bear, or I'll just try to teach it, to somebody, you know what I mean? Just to make sure that I truly grasp and understand the information that was given. The next thing I would say, and this kind of goes in hand with time management, organization. Organization is so important. Being organized, I cannot stress it enough. My first semester, I failed my first exam because I was just not organized. I didn't even know we had an exam, okay? So this goes hand in hand with time management, because if you're managing your time, you're being organized, you're organizing, right? So depending on whichever type of student you are going to be, if you're going to be more of an on-hand paper student or if you're going to be a paperless student, it really doesn't matter. You just really want to be organized. You want to make sure that you know when your tests are coming up. You need to make sure that you know the days that you're going to study. You need to make sure that you know the days that you have free time, so you don't always have to say no, okay? You don't always have to say no to hanging out, okay? We can turn up a little bit, just in moderation, okay? The next thing is teaching yourself. So this kind of goes on with, my techniques for retaining information. I have to teach myself a lot of the information, especially being in an accelerated program. They're not there to hold your hand all the time. My prereqs were all online, and it was pretty much, this is what you got. Go ahead and study it. Go ahead and learn it. And now you got a quiz on it to make sure that you understand the information, if that makes any sense. So you do have to teach yourself a lot of the information. So you need to be able to make sure that you truly grasp the concepts and you truly grasp the information. And if you don't, there's so many look, I even use TikToks for some concepts, okay? TikToks is not just for dancing, okay? And recipes. There is so much good nursing school information, nursing school tips and tricks on TikTok. So if you haven't tried to look at TikTok to see what's going on, this is your sign. Go check out TikTok, okay? Something else I learned, study groups and making friends, okay? I am an antisocial social person, and if you can relate, then you already know what's up, okay? If you can't relate, then you're probably social or antisocial. But I can be both, depending on if I'm getting paid to do so or not. That's crazy. But you do want to make a friend. Me, I told myself I'm not big on study groups. I'm more so on working alone. But I learned that it's okay to like make a friend in school, okay? Not everybody's out to get you. Not everybody wants to see you fail. Some people are truly rooting for you. And I do have a nursing friend who is truly rooting for me. Like, when I tell her, I'm not sure about this test, she's always like, girl, you got it. Don't even worry about it. You studied, you got it. Don't doubt yourself. And then I'll get a good grade. And then she's like, see, I told you, don't doubt yourself. You need a really strong support system while you're in nursing school, rather that's you making a friend inside the class, if it's your family, if your husband, your mama, your daddy, somebody. You need some type of support system, because there isn't going to be some times where you're going to feel like, literally, you're going to just feel like you're beating yourself up. Okay, and you need a support system. So get you a support system, girl. Don't be ashamed, okay? Okay, balancing life, school, and work. Time management. Time management. So like I said, I used AI to kind of create the perfect schedule for me. And if you guys want to see a video on how I did it a little bit in a vlog. But if you guys want to see like a full in-depth video on how I use AI to find the perfect life schedule for me, I can do that for you guys. You guys just gotta let me know what you want to see, okay? But you can have friends, you can have family. Of course, you can have friends and family, but you can spend time with these people while you're in nursing school. You don't always have to say no. No should not be your first answer. Your first answer should be, let me think about it. And then if you just like cannot fit it in, if you got a quiz tomorrow, don't go. If you got a quiz that week, don't go turn up on Saturday. Okay, like I like to save all my turning up and having all my fun for my semester break. So like in between my semesters, I have like a little break. Sometimes it's like 19 days, sometimes it's 10 days, sometimes it's 12 days, whatever it is. I take that time, and that's the time that I go have fun. Okay? So you can have balance. It's just all about how you time manage and organize your life, okay? So working while you're in school, this is a choice that a lot of people do make. A lot of people in my cohort, which is pretty much the group of people that's also going to be graduating with me in December, some of them I quit their jobs because they just felt like they wasn't delegating enough time to the assignments, and they felt like they were falling behind in school, and they chose school over work. That's exactly where I'm at in my life right now. I just feel like I'm not putting in all the effort I possibly can put into school, and school is my number one priority right now. Other than me being a mom, being a nurse student is the next important thing to me right now. So I feel like I am going to end up coming to that crossroad and figuring it out. But if I do, you guys will know. Okay. It's getting tough, okay? It can be done. But sometimes, it can be done. But sometimes I feel like we need to come to that realization that enough is enough, okay? Enough is enough. All right, online classes. So like I said, all my prereqs were online, and it was difficult for me to figure out how to organize my life, how to balance my life, how to make time, because a lot of times when you're in online classes, you're just like, okay, it's just me, I'm doing whatever I want to do. And in all reality, it's not really that. It's like you have to make time to do everything. You still have to be organized. You still need to have all your assignments printed out and organized. And, you still have to do that even when you're in online classes. Don't get lazy, you guys. Like, treat it as if you're in your real nursing classes, okay? And you'll never go wrong. Clinicals. I have clinicals this semester. I did not know I was going to have clinicals like my first actual semester of nursing school. I thought that would start when I was smarter in second semester, because right now I'm still blind leading the blind, okay? But clinicals. So I'm super excited about clinicals. I'm gonna have a video about it. I'm super excited about it. I cannot wait for clinicals. But I have clinicals for Gerald and health assessment. Health assessment I'm more nervous about. Even though I work in an urgent care and I deal with patients every day, I take vitals, I chart, I do all of that every day, I'm still nervous about this. You know why? Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly why I'm still nervous about it. Because at my job, I don't have nobody watching me. Ain't nobody over my shoulder. Ain't nobody making sure I'm doing this right. It's kind of second nature to me. So having somebody else kind of stand there and they have their technique, you have your technique, and they're kind of like, it nerve-wracking. Okay, nerve-wracking. Okay. The last tip that I have is studying. Studying is so important. Okay. You cannot put off studying. I've done it a few times because I felt like I wanted to have a social life, right? I wanted to go out with my friend. I wanted to go live my life. I wanted to go turn up. And then I wasn't organized. So here I am looking at my modules on Sunday at 8 o'clock when everything's due at 10:59. Okay, and I'm trying to rush and knock this stuff out, and stuff is getting turned in late. And I'm getting points deemed, and they don't care. Because they give you a whole week to do these assignments. You have a whole full 7-day cycle to get these assignments done. So I understood why they didn't care. And I had to create discipline for myself. It wasn't about my teachers. It wasn't about my program. It wasn't about my school. Couldn't blame my friend. All I can blame was me. So study. Study is important. Study, but have a life. Okay? Don't be afraid to fail. Study, but have a life. Okay? You're not just a student nurse. You're your name and a student nurse. Like, I'm not just a student nurse. I'm Kanisha, the student nurse, the future RN. So, yeah, guys, these are just a few things I learned since being in nursing school. I've been in this first semester for about 2.5 weeks now, and it's a lot. It's a lot coming at me at once. The first day I was very overwhelmed trying to figure out how to balance everything because this was my first time on campus. So I was trying to figure out how to balance and how I was going to do this and how I was going to move and how I was going to do this. This wasn't my first day on campus in general because last semester I was on campus for funds and I was on campus for doses calc. So I was on campus for 2 classes, but these are my real nursing classes. These are the heavy hitters. These are the classes that they're talking about the next gen NCLEX questions. I got so much anxiety about it. We did do 2 next gen questions. There's gonna be 2 on the exam that I have next week, and they don't seem that bad. They don't seem that bad. I'm not that nervous about them. I just feel like, you know, once I have the foundation of everything, and pretty much I feel like all my prereqs was like the foundation, and now I'm incorporating the prereqs, like things like patho and anatomy. I'm taking those things and I'm incorporating it into patient care. That's what it feels like. That's what it looks like, and I'm excited about it. So I do want to make a video about how I got an A in patho, because I get an A in patho. Everybody told me that class was so hard, but I really felt like if you put a lot of time and dedication into the class and a lot of studying, you would pass. So that's gonna be my next video, and probably another video about doses calc. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys like this video. If you have any video suggestions, leave them in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye, beauties.